First steeplechase to be run over this new course. 3,400 metres is underway. Shenton Street dropped out to the rear with Chelsea Bridge. The first comes up quickly, and the mare Angel's Call is the first to reach it in front from Monaco Bay. Turf Tavern moving up on the outside to run to the lead now. Coronel not far away from the pace with Carindale and the Arabian going up quickly on the outside, and then Best Endeavours followed by Coronel. A length away in the field is Calligraphy on the inside of Palace Symphony, inclined to pull in the early stages. Getting a good way back is Impulsive Risk, and then Chelsea Bridge and Shenton Street together at the rear of the field. Heading past 1,000 on the first circuit now. Next fence looming up, and the leader is Turf Tavern from Angel's Call. Got out a length in front of him. Third placing held by the Arabian over on the outside, and then Monaco Bay. About 4 or 5 lengths further back is Best Endeavours, a half to Carindale, a length and a half to Calligraphy. Over on the inside, Coronel from Palace Symphony. Then came Impulsive Risk when they come to the next fence, approaching the home turn towards the end, Shenton Street and Chelsea Bridge. Around the bend they come now, and balancing for the run down the lane, and there are 3 fences on the first circuit, and Angel's Call had run to the lead over Turf Tavern and opened up by about 5 lengths. Sharing second and third placing is Turf Tavern and Monaco Bay, who's on the inside. The Arabian is in fourth when they come to the hedge. Back behind them then Calligraphy getting up into about 5th placing, and a break of 3 or 4 lengths to Best Endeavours Carindale when they go to the brick wall. Back behind Carindale then is Impulsive Risk. A break then to Palace Symphony. Behind him is Coronel, and towards the end of the field at Chelsea Bridge over on the outside of Shenton Street. So here's the last one in the lane coming up, an Angel's Call. Wow, let loose with a ripper at that one. Took off early and she sailed over it. Shenton Street made a mistake at the back of the field now, and turning out of the straight, Angel's Call, who had a big win at Sandown in the winter, is out by about 5 or 6 lengths. Calligraphy has saved a ton of ground. Michael Patton has got through on the inside to get into second placing with Turf Tavern on the outer there, 3 in front of Monaco Bay. Here's the first of a quick treble coming up down the side of the course on the river section now. Second of it, oh, Angel's Call nearly lost the lollies at the middle of that one. Put in a bad jump at it. A better one at the last, but Calligraphy's gone. Oh, Calligraphy fell. Turf Tavern couldn't mess him. Went over the top and dislodged the rider. So Calligraphy and Turf Tavern are out of it. Here's the next one. Angel's Call went over that one better. Monaco Bay 6 lengths away second. The Arabian holding down third, 5 lengths back. Then a break of 6 lengths to Impulsive Risk going up outside Best Endeavours when they go to that next fence. 3 lengths to the grey Carindale, and then came Palace Symphony starting to get a move on but spotting the lead at 20. A long break to Coronel, and Chelsea Bridge and Shenton Street will be in after dark. Passing the 1,200 metres, Angel's Call the leader. Out the best part of about 6 lengths now from Monaco Bay, chasing hard into second. They've got right away. They're about 8 lengths in front of the Arabian. 5 lengths to Impulsive Risk and Best Endeavours when they went past 1,000 metres. Then as they go to the 4th last one now, Angel's Call leapt over it well. It's Angel's Call by about 5 or 6 lengths to Monaco Bay. 10 lengths the Arabian. Nothing is making ground on the leading 2. In 4th placing then is Impulsive Risk, who's got past that horse into 3rd now as they go towards that 3rd last one before the turn. Best Endeavours battling along. Palace Symphony picking up a bit of ground on the outside, but Angel's Call set sail for the run in now. 2 to jump by 5 lengths to Monaco Bay, and a dozen lengths to Impulsive Risk, and then Best Endeavours and Palace Symphony from the Arabian. At the second last one now, the Privet Hedge. Angel's Call comes to it, sailed over it well, holds Monaco Bay. He's had enough. Impulsive Risk is 3rd. Here's the last one coming up now, and it's all Angel's Call. Steadies, over it she goes. Monaco Bay is 4 lengths astern. Impulsive Risk holds on to 3rd. 150 metres to go. Angel's Call, she nearly sold out halfway through the race, but she's recovered brilliantly. And Angel's Call and Willie Harnett come down to the line to win it by about 6 lengths, I suppose, on the line to Monaco Bay. Impulsive Risk was 3rd. A break to Best Endeavours. Behind him was Palace Symphony, and then Carindale, Shenton Street. Then trails Coronel and the Arabian. Chelsea Bridge is just cantering past the line. A distant last in the race, and that is it. Turf Tavern is still cantering around after dislodging the rider.
Away well Fiddler's Green. Sashira goes after him and goes past him, and wider out now Lincolnderry is prominent, and so too is Thames as they draw to the first hurdle where it's Lincolnderry and Thames over together. Back to the inside Fiddler's Green, and also just ahead of it Sashira. Further back then Cosrose, ridden quietly in the early stages. As they come to the second flight, they were followed further back by Russians. Fiddler's Green has shuffled back to last. Wonderbow is out deeper on the track ahead of it. Now they link up onto the course proper by the 400 metre mark, and the leader Thames. The top weight strides along 2.5 clear. here. Second, Lincoln Derry. Third placing Cosrose as they go over the next one. Cosrose just clipped that on top. Sashira back on the inside. Wonderbow wide out, and then over on the inside, Russian Tsar, and last of all, Fiddler's Green. Thames leads them over the next one. Popped over that without any trouble at all, and races down to the jump in front of the hurdle, the grandstand here by the winning post, and it's Thames travelling nicely with it himself at this stage. Put in a big leap too. Cleared at 5 in front. Second placing Lincoln Derry. Third was Cosrose, who's travelling nicely. Has broken out in a bit of a lather. 4 lengths further back, Sashira, then Wonderbow back there with Fiddler's Green and Russian Tsar. They've got another hurdle coming up to them now as they race out of our view behind the tower, and coming back into view, they're all standing, and the leader Thames by 4 to Lincoln Derry, 5 or 6 away, then Fiddler's Green outside of Cosrose. 2.5 further back, Sashira on the inside of Wonderbow, and last of all, 1.5 lengths to Russian Tsar. Thames the leader by 2.5. Given a breather now. The rider up in the saddle. Second placing Lincoln Derry. Cosrose the inside of Fiddler's Green. 2 lengths Sashira. Another 1.5 to Wonderbow as they draw to the first flight in the far section when Lincoln Derry put in a big leap there and half-length Thames. Cosrose just able to get away from its heels as they go to the next hurdle, and on the outside Fiddler's Green. 2.5 Sashira, they're quickening. Wonderbow, and 3 away last of all Russian Tsar. Along the far side of the course they travel now, and they draw down towards the next hurdle. Lincoln Derry and Thames together. Lincoln Derry landed a neck in front. Sashira went down on a nose. The rider, as he lost his iron, so he's in a little bit of discomfort there, but it's Lincoln Derry. No, he's regained them, and it's Lincoln Derry now struggling a little bit as Thames kicked away again on the inside. 1.5 to Lincoln Derry. In third placing, 3 away Cosrose. It looks the danger. 4 lengths to Fiddler's Green. 6 lengths away Wonderbow. 4 then to Sashira after that blemish, and 2 to Russian Tsar. Cosrose is now making its sprint and comes after Thames. Here's the jump on the side. Thames 2 in front. He's down. He crashed the top weight. He took off much too soon, and Cosrose was tangled up in that incident, and this allowed Lincoln Derry, who had the full momentum, to kick away again. 2.5 to Cosrose. Can Cosrose and Fiddler's Green pink Lincoln Derry up around the turn, and it's Lincoln Derry by 2. Cosrose has got going again. He's blinked his eyes clear from the grit and strife, and he's coming again on the outside. Cosrose races up to Lincoln Derry. Fiddler's Green was back behind them, and then Wonderbow followed by Russian Tsar and Sashira. But as they come to the last, it's Cosrose and Lincoln Derry from Fiddler's Green. Here's a jump for them, and it's Lincoln Derry landing a half in front of Cosrose. Cosrose is coming again on the flat. What a great go. Lincoln Derry's going to outstay Cosrose. Lincoln Derry wins at a half length, maybe only a long neck to Cosrose. 4 to Wonderbow. The Bolte got up for third. Fiddler's Green, 25 lengths away Russian Tsar, 15 lengths away Sashira, and the horse that crashed at that jump on the side, Thames, is on his feet in the...
And they're off this time, away to a pretty good start. Expert from the inside first to leave and shows out about a length on Baycan Empire, Clear Memory. Herndon is going up quickly, followed by Dance Beat, Return to Go, ridden from behind the speed today. And then comes Lunar Lad in Force Noble Challenge, and 3 lengths to Greenbacks. Down past the 800 they go, and Dance Beat wide out, and Expert dispute the lead from Clear Memory, and fourth is Lunar Lad wide, followed by Herndon, Return to Go. Baycan Empire on the rails, a length in Force 3 Noble Challenge, and nearly 4 lengths to Greenbacks. Up to the bend at the 500, and Expert the Grey leading narrowly from Dance Beat. Clear Memory third, and Lunar Lad very, very deep fourth. Baycan Empire going up inside of Herndon and Return to Go as they come down to the 300. Expert is the leader, got away about a length and a quarter on Dance Beat, and then Clear Memory. Lunar Lad in Force, followed on the outside by Noble Challenge. Forget Baycan Empire. The leader is Expert, but here's Shane Dye on Noble Challenge, and then Force coming quickly. Expert stopping to a walk. Noble Challenge gathers it in and got up on the line, I reckon. Noble Challenge, I feel, narrowly from Expert and in Force, followed by Lunar Lad, and further back Dance Beat, followed home by Greenbacks, Return to Go, Baycan Empire, Clear Memory, and Herndon last of all.
Accolades comes in and they're set to go. Starter hits the button, off and racing. Olivia's Toy dawdled out of the stalls and settled at the end in company with Sea Gems. Jewel of the Pride has bounded out in front of Bewitch in the early stages, settling into stride third, Volakai. Flirty Bird going up quickly on the outside. Belong is prominent, and also Gaelic Joy. Couple of lengths back in the field then came White Monday outside Marine Spirit, and then Oregon Star getting a good way back from Accolades. Second last, Olivia's Toy, and Sea Gems had dropped out last inside the 1600. And Bewitch ran to the lead now, out by more than 2 lengths lengths to Flirty Bird. Jewel of the Pride on the rail, third, a half along the outside. 2 lengths further back in the field is Volakai running along fifth on the rails, a length and a half further back in the field. Then Gaelic Joy with Accolades outside, Marine Spirit 1.5 to White Monday. They're being followed by Olivia's Toy, a half to Oregon Star, and 2 lengths to Sea Gems, about 15 off the leader inside the 1200, and Bewitch over a length in front of Flirty Bird. 3 lengths back, Jewel of the Pride, a half belong running fourth. Accolades had moved up to fifth outside Volakai. Gaelic Spirit middle of the field, 1 off the rail. Marine Spirit next on the fence from White Monday. Couple of lengths then to Olivia's Toy with Oregon Star and Sea Gems going up past them, 3 wide commencing her move. Down the side they're nearing the 800 metres, and Bewitch a long neck in front, Flirty Bird. 2 lengths back, Jewel of the Pride, who's had a good run. Accolades taking off around the outside to get her into a prominent roll before the turn, but out wide. Belong in the centre, 1 to White Monday, followed then by Volakai, who's lost a place a little over on the inside from Gaelic Joy. Sea Gems out wide when they corner. Well back still is Oregon Star, and Marine Spirit dropped out last on the inside with Olivia's Toy pulling wide. They're into the straight now. Bewitch headed off by Flirty Bird. Jewel of the Pride under the whip behind these, followed by Belong and Accolades, and then Volakai, who's into the clear, spotting them 6. Bewitch has fought back at the 300 metres. Bewitch on the inside again with Flirty Bird fighting it out in front of Belong, Jewel of the Pride, and then Accolades. Nothing making ground at the moment. Volakai struggling. Flirty Bird at the 100 metre mark drew away now from Bewitch, and then Belong and Jewel of the Pride and Flirty Bird. Flirty Bird gives Nathan Stanley a win in Melbourne. Beats Bewitch second, and third Belong in front of Jewel of the Pride and Accolades. Nothing making ground at all here. Back behind them to finish in the race was White Monday, Volakai, and then Gaelic Joy, Oregon Star, Olivia's Toy and Sea Gems, and pulling up a bad last, Marine Spirit. Just a shadow of the filly we saw in the spring.
Number 8, the winner, Flirty Bird.
Flirty Bird with Nathan Stanley picking up.
A 3/4 margin the outside Belace from Miss Maluka the inside, who's now getting through inside of that pair to make nearly a line of 3. Nasty Doll tracks are through. They were followed by Innovations, who's a length and a half away last of all. Moving on the side now and coming down to the 650, the leader Light Force, a half length in front. Second Cubicle, 1.5 away, then Miss Maluka the inside, a neck away the outside came Demure. A length and a half then to Nasty Doll, just being niggled at. And over on the outside Belace as Nasty Doll comes out from underneath. And last of all was Innovations, but Cubicle strode past Light Force as they raced down now towards the 300 and got 3 in front. Third placing Miss Maluka, and now Nasty Doll starting to extend out wide, but Cubicle has pinched a very big break, and inside the 200 Cubicle is going great guns, and Cubicle is going to win this quite handsomely. Nasty Doll runs on for second, and then Miss Maluka, Demure and Innovations late on the scene, but Cubicle by 4. Nasty Doll 2.5 away, Miss Maluka, then Demure, Innovations, Belace, and Light Force knocked up. She was last home. Soft soap there for Cubicle, number 3.
Bookies collected well in the first with the 16 1/4 to 1 pop on the New South Wales tote winning. Noble challenge from another Ruffy expert and another rank outsider enforced in third spot. Now Len Beasley coming forward on Cap Win. And we've got 2 geldings in it, Spend and Prowl, and the other 3 are Colts. And this race now known as the Lone Star Steakhouse and Saloon Stakes. The field is set. Racing. Arena missed it by a length, and the first one to leave was Prowl over Capwin. Spend third, Mossman moving up now, and 2.5 lengths Arena. They're not going all that quickly at the end of 250 metres, and Prowl shows the way. 3/4 to a length now on Capwin, 2 to Mossman. A neck back on his inside is Spend, and 3 lengths to Arena. This is the order down by the 750, and Dye has Prowl in front, and Prowl is keen to run. He's got his mouth wide open. He's 3/4 Capwin, 2 lengths to Spend, who's travelling on the inside of Mossman, and a couple of lengths to Arena. Down past the 600 they travel, no change in the pattern whatsoever, and Prowl making play about 3/4 of a length clear as they round the home corner over Capwin. 2 lengths to Spend, who's parked on the inside of Mossman, and Arena is last, another length and a half away. They straighten up, and Prowl and Capwin matching strides from Mossman. All Capwin started to hang out noticeably. Plenty of room for Spend to come between Prowl and Capwin at the 200, and Prowl is the leader. Spend is is warming up now, followed by Capwind. It's Prowl still the leader. Spenders trying doggedly. Arena coming home fast the outside, but it's Prowl for the money. Prowl and RS Dye beat Spend and Mick Dittman aboard. Third was Arena Larry Cassidy, followed by Mossman, and last of all Capwin.
Stand rail, he's locked away. All set and racing. Blue Risker began okay with Rancho Red. Elderlight away fast. Now let's see where they're going to go here. They're starting to split. No, they're all going to cross to the flat side rail. Blue Risker at the 900 metre mark, led out in the early stages. Talk had gone up to second. Manhattan Von improving on the outside, followed then by going up wide out is River Affair to be a prominent position holder. Talk just behind the leading horses, and they're followed by Elderlight and then My Serenic. Rockefeller's gone up ahead of it. Don't Say Goodbye settling third to last out wide, and they're trailed by Rancho Red and Meavia Star is last of all, heading to the 400 metres. Blue Risker the leader. Manhattan Von almost level on the outside. Rockefeller ridden along third. Talk just inside it. Wider out River Affair, and then the Baldy face. Don't Say Goodbye deep out. Blue Risker at the 200 metres is in front. Manhattan Von levelling up. Talk's got nowhere to go over on the inside, and River Piava's coming home on the outside with Rockefeller, but Manhattan Von broke a length in front. Manhattan Von in front of River Affair. Manhattan Von by a neck to River Affair. Rockefeller third. Chalk just behind them didn't have a great deal of luck from Don't Say Goodbye. Then came the weakening Blue Risker, followed further back in the field by My Serenic, and then Rancho Red a long break to Elderlight, and Meavia Star was last all the way.
Number 1.
Starters on his platform. There's the light. And away they go. Now heading to the outside, Pure Spark and Shoe for You, and also Lord Bartholomew, and so too Speedy Kids and Queen Midas, and Funster's got good speed to come across with them. Nobility next, and they were followed then by Bell Cab. The others have stayed near the inside, where Aphelion is now being headed by Spray Gold, followed by Tipperary. Racing towards the centre of the track there now came Rosa Barossa and also Khan Resort, and 4 lengths further back to Beau Saint. The outside horses marginally in front, where Lord Bartholomew and Funster lead. Speedy Kids trying to get between the pair, and also there with those two was Queen Midas, and so too was Bell Cab from Nobility, and they were followed by Shoe for You, and further back Pure Spark on the inside. Spray Gold led. Now Khan Resort comes at it with Rosa Barossa, but down the outside now it's Funster and Speedy Kids. Speedy Kids the leader from Funster. Lord Bartholomew's not going on. Speedy Kids and Funster. Speedy Kids is doing a little bit too well for Funster, and Speedy Kids wins it by a length and a half. 2 lengths on the line to Funster. Third, I think, still Lord Bartholomew, though raced greenly with Nobility. Then Khan Resort winning the inside division, but it doesn't really count, does it? Spray Gold next, then further back Queen Midas. Noah followed further back in the field behind.
Haley behaving perfectly. Montecito sitting back a fraction. They're racing, and Crestfallen immediately dropping out to the tail of the field and rising one of the early leaders. But here's Star of Haley mastering speed and shooting up on the inside to lead narrowly from Arising, and Montecito, Stately Rhythm, Rubicall, Crestfallen, 2 Street Star, and 3/4 of a length to Confer at the end of almost 400. And Star of Haley, the long odds-on favourite, making play about 3/4 to a half length on Arising. Wide of Montecito, length and a half to Rubicall, and at her quarters on the outside, Crestfallen, then Street Star. Stately Rhythm second last, and Confer is last of all, about 8 lengths off the lead, held by Star of Haley. 500 to go, and Star of Haley 3/4 of a length on Arising. Off the track is Montecito, 2 lengths to Rubicall, and Crestfallen, Street Star, Stately Rhythm, and Confer last as they set sail for the judge, and Star of Haley got away more than a length now on Rubicall, followed by Montecito. Street Star going up on the inside, and then Crestfallen and Confer. Star of Haley, hands and heels. Oh, I don't think she's got much left. Rubicall pounced on her, hits the front, then Street Star followed by Confer getting home well, but it's Rubicall in front and looking good for the hat-trick, and Rubicall a much improved filly. Rubicall from Confer and third on the rail Street Star. Then Crestfallen, Star of Haley gave in like a pricked balloon from Montecito and tailed off Stately Rhythm and Arising. She gave absolutely nothing, Star of Haley. Absolutely nothing. Rubicall has made it the hat-trick. Oh, gee, she's an improved filly.
All set. Ready to break at the 2,000 metres now. And away they go. Royal Caliph jumped very well up into second placing early. Bright Spot was away quickly. Party Prince and going up is Senior Sergeant on the outside as they settle down, and Backslapper working through in the early stages. At the 1,800 metres, Backslapper just the leader from Party Prince. Senior Sergeant out wide going on. Bright Spot handy to them, and Royal Caliph not far away from a slow pace early, settling down fifth. 3 lengths behind them, Ice Doctor and Murph together. Another 4 lengths break in the field to Alien Fella and Grove Royale last of all, about 1,500 to go. And Backslapper just the leader. Senior Sergeant sitting on his outside. A length and a half in front of Royal Caliph, who's following Senior Sergeant. Bright Spot on the rail. 2 lengths to Party Prince now, fifth outside Ice Doctor. A length and a half or 2 to Murph. A length and a half further back is Alien Fella, and Grove Royale is last by 2 with 1,200 metres to go. Hacking along, and Backslapper and Senior Sergeant show the way. About 2 lengths in front of Royal Caliph, who's third outside of Bright Spot. A length and a half away Party Prince outside Ice Doctor. 2 lengths to Murph on the outside of Alien Fella, and Grove Royale is 2 lengths last of all. No change in the order, running down the side, 900 to go. Backslapper just in front of Senior Sergeant, 2.5 lengths to Royal Caliph. On the inside, Bright Spot, followed by Party Prince, who's had a good run. Ice Doctor the rail from Murph, a length away to Alien Fella, and Grove Royale 3 last when they came to the turn. 600 to go, and Backslapper's going to corner about a neck in front of Senior Sergeant. Royal Caliph's followed Senior Sergeant everywhere. Obviously thinks of the main danger when they sweep into the straight. And then Bright Spot over on the rail, and Party Prince easing out for a run. Senior Sergeant asked to go now at the 400. Post riding him along hard. Backslapper and Senior Sergeant. Royal Caliph is coming at them hard on the outside. Royal Caliph went to Senior Sergeant, took him. Party Prince is coming after the leader. Royal Caliph at the 200. Half a length in front of Party Prince, and they've got away on Murph getting into third placing. Royal Caliph a neck in front. Party Prince trying hard. Royal Caliph. Party Prince levelling up. They go to the line. I think Party Prince a nose to Royal Caliph. Very close between them though. 4 lengths in front of Murph, who's got third. From Senior Sergeant, Ice Doctor, Alien Fella and Bright Spot. A break to Backslapper, and Grove Royale was a long last.
Number 7, Party.
Photo.
Placing Brooklyn Queen, a half the outside was Better Music. They were followed back along the inside by Who's the Best, covered by Zophanovi, improving past her as I speak. 1.5 Pride of Kaylee, followed then on the inside by Turbo. Further back in the field was Opera Symbol, and they were followed at the tail of the field by Liberal Way. Rose of Tillac Steady's in control, a neck in advance of Zophanobia, going on with it out wide. Better Music back to third, Brooklyn Queen to fourth, and fifth now Who's the Best. 2 lengths further back in the field behind those then came Turbo, now gaining ground and going with it Pride of Kaylee, and then further back behind those came Opera Symbol, and 2.5 off last of all Liberal Way. Zophanobia testing the favourite now as they move onto the turn onto the side on the outer track, and it's Zophanobia now drawing a half in front. Second placing over on the inside is Rose of Tallac, and they were followed by Better Music, enjoying a pretty good run. With it over on the outside, improving Pride of Kaylee. They were followed by Brooklyn Queen, and then came Who's the Best, but it's away from the rail now. Next the inside Turbo, followed then by Opera Symbol, and Liberal Way joins in with her as they move to the 800 metres now, ready for the long run in shortly, and the leader Rose of Tallac, Pride of Kaylee 3 deep, Zophanobia the centre, 1.5 away Brooklyn Queen inside of Better Music, and then sneaking into it now quite solidly is Opera Symbol. Who's the Best got carted deep around them, and they were followed by Turbo, and last of all still Liberal Way, but in the straight Rose of Tallac and Zophanobia the leaders. Here's Opera Symbol winding up with this long run home, and going with her is Who's the Best. He's had to go for the whip on Rose of Tallac at the 400 metre mark. Zophanobia won't lay down, it's still there with it. 2 lengths away, Opera Symbol continues to run home hard. inside, and Liberal Way from the rear of the field is also joining in. Here's Opera Symbol coming with a run now. Opera Symbol races after Rosa Talac. The favourites are going to fight it out tooth and nail. Opera Symbol the outside of Rosa Talac. Rosa Talac coming back at Opera Symbol. Opera Symbol just a leader on the line from Rosa Talac. Oh, nearly a dead heat. Opera Symbol or Rosa Talac, can't tell from here. Behind them Zophanobia and Turbo, and they were followed further back in the field behind them then by Better Music. Liberal Way made a bit of ground with Who's the Best, Pride of Cayley further back. Brooklyn Queen was one of the last ones in. Great.
And away they go. Royal Caliph jumped very well up into second placing early. Bright Spot was away quickly. Party Prince and going up is Senior Sergeant on the outside as they settle down, and Backslapper working through in the early stages. At the 1800 metres, Backslapper just the leader from Party Prince. Senior Sergeant out wide going on. Bright Spot handy to them, and Royal Caliph not far away from a slow pace early, settling down fifth. 3 lengths behind them, Ice Doctor and Murph together. Another 4 lengths break in the field to Alien Fella and Grove Royale last of all, about 1500 to go. And Backslapper just the leader. Senior Sergeant sitting on his outside. A length and a half in front of Royal Caliph, who's following Senior Sergeant. Bright Spot on the rail. 2 lengths to Party Prince now, fifth outside Ice Doctor. A length and a half or 2 to Murph. A length and a half further back is Alien Fella, and Grove Royale is last by 2 with 1200 metres to go. Hacking along, and Backslapper and Senior Sergeant show the way. About 2 lengths in front of Royal Caliph, who's third outside of Bright Spot. A length and a half away Party Prince outside Ice Doctor. 2 lengths to Murph on the outside of Alien Fella, and Grove Royale is 2 lengths last of all. No change in the order, running down the side, 900 to go. Backslapper just in front of Senior Sergeant, 2.5 lengths to Royal Caliph. On the inside, Bright Spot, followed by Party Prince, who's had a good run. Ice Doctor the rail from Murph, a length away to Alien Fella, and Grove Royale 3 last when they came to the turn. 600 to go, and Backslapper's going to corner about a neck in front of Senior Sergeant. Royal Caliph's followed Senior Sergeant everywhere. Obviously thinks of the main danger when they sweep into the straight. And then Bright Spot over on the rail, and Party Prince easing out for a run. Senior Sergeant asked to go now at the 400. Post riding him along hard. Backslapper and Senior Sergeant. Royal Caliph is coming at them hard on the outside. Royal Caliph went to Senior Sergeant, took him. Party Prince is coming after the leader. Royal Caliph at the 200. Half a length in front of Party Prince, and they've got away on Murph getting into third placing. Royal Caliph a neck in front. Party Prince trying hard. Royal Caliph. Party Prince levelling up. They go to the line. I think Party Prince a nose to Royal Caliph. Very close between them though. Falling.
Most as one. Sweepers here was the first one to hit the ground, but going up very quickly is Mopsy now to try and head it off, and Tanquillo trying to head both of them off. And Restaurant is out wider on the track from Prince of Fires, caught between runners. They were followed by Sunshine Special, Montevideo around the outside of it, and 2 lengths away then to Vera Sue, who had dropped out to last. Down to the 800 they go, and Tanquillo making endeavour to get to the front by 3/4 of a length. It should cross over. In second placing, Mopsy third, Restaurant, Montevideo just behind that trio running fourth. A length and a half then to Restaurant, who's going up deeper on the track, and Prince of Fires further out. They're followed by Sweeper Sear, who's back to about third last now, and Vera Sue behind him. In the direction of the 400 they race. Tanquillo shades Mopsy on the outside. There is going up deep Sunshine Special, and between them now coming with a fair run Montevideo. Then came Restaurant out the back checking heels, then Prince of Fires, who's the widest of the lot of them. In the straight they go. It's still Mopsy in front here from Montevideo. Now Restaurant is coming at them, but it's going to be Mopsy in front, flying on the fence. Sweepers there, but Mopsy won it about a neck to Sweepers here. Restaurant third, Every Hope. Then Montevideo followed by Tanquillo. Vera Sue very deep. Prince of Fires covered more ground than the early Explorers, and Sunshine Special was last.
4 for Mopsy.
So was Polska and Misty Dawn. Affections going quickly. Nicely positioned Techniques followed closely then by All the Rave. Damodar going around the outside from Viamare. A length and a half to Contentious. Well back is Graphics followed by Direct Attack, Mighty Disco, Snapshots, Emerald Green and Just Like Crystal last. At the 700 Misty Dawn hits the front now from Marcis. Third Zapolska, then Affections. Out off the track next is Damodar. A length the Techniques. 1.5 My Halo broke. Viamare got into awful trouble. All the Rave went round. My Halo broke from Graphics, very wide out. Snapshots, Contentious. And then comes Mighty Disco, Emerald Green, Just Like Crystal, Direct Attack. And Viamare lucky to stay on her feet. They straighten up and Misty Dawn the leader. A length on Damodar. Over on the inside is Marcis and All the Rave. By gosh, she's come quickly. And then Techniques. And 2 lengths to Graphics on the outside, finishing on pretty well. The leader is All the Rave. Here's Graphics, Techniques on the inside, battling on. It's still All the Rave, the leader from Graphics and Techniques. All the Rave just the leader, and All the Rave I reckon has just won. Second Graphics on the inside, Techniques all wide out Just Like Crystal.
Cool Customer down by the tourist, still in front. Rip on Jugar, only two Gold Rave, and also Romanizer trying very hard. Rip on Jugar going up and down on the one spot. He's in front, holding Gold Rave and Romanizer, and Rip on Jugar. Rip on Jugar wins 1 3/4 to Gold Rave, 2 away third Romanizer, then Cool.
All set. Ready. Racing in the size. Special edition, one of the first out, but Piccadilly Circus, the filly, flew out of the gates and shot to the lead early. Samandra Strike moving up into second, followed by Coup de Grace, third on the outside. Settling fourth on the rail, Special Edition, a length and a half away to Fitzgerald. Educate getting up on the inside as the pace slackens. Chevelle losing ground, quickly admired, rushing up on the outside, Trap wide, and then Minimal Grim. Back behind them, Benazee, 3 or 4 wide, 1,000 to go. Being trailed by Randy's Rancher, a good way back with Astrolita and Typhoon travelling wide, and 2 lengths Defence Force. Coming down near the 800 metre mark, Samandra Strike in the centre, Piccadilly Circus, the rail a neck away. Trapped out wide as admired, 1 Coup de Grace travelling fourth, and then Special Edition over on the inside before the turn. Back behind them came Fitzgerald right off the track, and then a length to Educate. Behind these on the rails is Grim when they corner from Minimal. They're being followed then by pulled to the outside of those horses to make ground when they swing is Benazee, but it's trapped out wide. Into the straight now, Samandra Strike and Piccadilly Circus, corner in front of admired. Special Edition just behind these, and then Coup de Grace who's under the whip. Next in the field then came Grim. Benazee out very wide. They're inside the 300 metres. Piccadilly Circus fighting on courageously. Samandra Strike and admired despite racing wide, and now Coup de Grace. Special Edition with the rail, admired the leader. Coup de Grace claims it, 100 to go. Hall going for home. Coup de Grace drew a half in front, and Coup de Grace wins the size. Admired might have got second. Special Edition's right there with it. Photo. Benazee is next in the race. They were followed back behind them by Minimal Grim and Typhoon from Piccadilly Circus. Then came Astrolita, never came into the hunt. Behind them was Randy's Rancher and Educate, Samandra Strike, Defence Force, and towards the end of the field are Fitzgerald and Chevelle.
Number 2.
As one on the grey Quick Flick, and Mask Party going hammer and tong for the early lead, and Mask Party's going to get it about a half length on Quick Flick, 3 or 4 lengths to Guineas. And then comes on the outside Antiquity, shading the Kiwi Mr. Victory, and 2 lengths to Juggler. Mask Party down to the 800 metres, leads about a length and 3/4 on Quick Flick, and 2.5 to Guineas, followed by Mr. Victory on the rails, a couple to Antiquity, and 3/4 to Juggler. This is the order as they come along towards the 650, and Mask Party shows the way. Little more than a length on Quick Flick. A length and a half away third is Guineas, who's sitting right on the back of the big grey Quick Flick. At Guineas, girth on the inside of him, Mr. Victory, and a couple Antiquity on the outside of Juggler. They're about to swing into the straight in the Canterbury Stakes. Mask Party first for home. 3/4 of a length on Quick Flick, given full rein by Mark de Montfort, and quickly put paid to Mask Party, seemingly 2 lengths to Guineas, and then Mr. Victory down to the 200. Quick Flick the leader. A half length on Mask Party, not giving in without a kick, and a length and a half to Guineas, starting to warm up now. It's Quick Flick the leader from Mask Party. Guineas coming home doggedly, but the grey's going to do it again, Quick Flick. By gee, isn't he honest? Quick Flick beat Guineas, third Mask Party, then Mr. Victory, followed by Juggler, and Antiquity was last. Oh gee, if you had one in your backyard like him every 3 or 4 years.
Coming out of the way here, favourite Walnut. Awkward barrier if they're going to cross to the flat side rail again, as they've done in most of the sprints. Persuasion to move in, just the one to come in. Now Persuasion is locked away. Benari's getting a little edgy out in gate number 1. Health Matthews, just the one ride for the day. He's jumped out of the saddle on this filly as she was thrashing about in the stalls. Attendants there settling it down, and Elf about to climb back aboard. Light still blinking away. Benari's again settling in the gates. All set. Ready to go. Racing now. Walnut began well over near the outside with Benari's Caniana getting back. They're going to stick out on the grandstand rail here. Drop Anchor going to the lead, and Tregarian is also out on that side. And Persuasion flew out of the gates and went down to the flat side rail in front here. Gummy moving up into second placing, followed by Sally a third on the inside of Kisses for Me, and then Tycoon Princess and Princess on Parade last of the flat division out on the grandstand now. And here in the centre, Walnut with Drop Anchor. Benari's against the outside rail, and Tregarian is showing pace, and they're clear of Canny when they came to the 400. I reckon they might have the lead on the grandstand side. Over on the flat, Persuasion, the leader from Celia against the inside. Clear of Princess on Parade, who's running on well. Gummy is gone. It's Walnut at the 200 metre mark, breaking clear of the grandstand division. Canniana is running on well. Persuasion on the flat side in front. All Walnut's running to the middle of the course. Canniana, Persuasion against the inside rail. It's Canniana on the outside in front. Canniana's won it from Persuasion against the flat rail second. Photo third between the erratic Walnut and Princess on Parade. Clear of Tycoon Princess. Back behind those to finish in the race then was Kisses for Me and Celia, and then Tregarian. Next, Benari's over on the outside rail with Celia, and Gummy's weakened very badly. A poor first up run from her to finish at the...
And they got them away to a pretty good start. Pleasure Giver immediately dropping back towards the tail of the field. And Tricoven conspicuously are the early leaders, but Adam is working over, so too the Woodies. And Tycoon Lil try to get across the face of the field as they swing the first corner, and Adam hits the front. A length and 3/4 Tycoon Lil. Oh, in trouble there. Spying lost the rider. Into the back of the course, 1400 to go. Adam the leader. Tycoon Lil second, the Woodies third, conspicuously fourth, and then Tricove Irish Air. Making phase racing on the outside of Brave Prince, and then South Bend, followed by Tie the Knot Pursuits. A Ling Simone, 1.5 Pleasure Giver, and Spying lost the jockey. They race down the back of the course and going along towards the second corner, and Tycoon Lil is now a clear-cut leader by a length and a half on Adam, too conspicuously. 3/4 further back in the field, the Woodies by the 1,000 metres. Tricove on the inside of Irish Air, 2 to Brave Prince on the fence from Making Fay. A couple to South Bend, a half to Tie the Knot. He's outside, 2 to Pursuits on the inside of Simone, and 2 lengths to Pleasure Giver. They come down the side of the track at the 700, and the Canterbury Guineas and the New Zealand filly is making play in front. Tycoon Lil, a length and a half clear on Adam, 2 conspicuously the Woodies, a length Tricove, similar margin Irish Air. Brave Prince on the inside of Making Fay from South Bend. Tie the Knot Pursuits locked in from Simone, 2 to Pleasure Giver, and Spying is trailing the field after dumping the jock as they straighten up, and Tycoon Lil, a length and a half, 2 lengths in front. What a turn of acceleration, this Kiwi filly. Grant Cooksley going for home on a Tycoon Lil, put 4 lengths Tricobe, conspicuously followed by Adam Irish Air, Brave Prince, but Tycoon Lil is giving her rivals an absolute donkey licking. Tycoon Lil wins it by a big space from Tricobe and Brave Prince. Pursuits ran home from Irish Air. Adam, Tie the Knot, followed in then by Conspicuously and South Bend, Making Fay, Pleasure Giver, Simone, followed by the Woodies. Here's Spying coming down the line. Tailed right off without the jockey, Brian York, and Brian has been greeted by the ambulance officers. He's quite conscious, and a medical report as soon as available. Oh.
Noble Ben Barra moving up into the line, and the field is ready to go. Off now. Starter set them away in the Duke of Norfolk, and Sports Circuit began well with Lamettleson down on the inside. Wexford one of the first to bounce out, and Voodoo Beaters going straight up towards the leaders early. Exciting Ranch balancing up behind the leading pack, and Lucky Striker with Hildazan out very wide are going towards the front as well. And the bunch field settles into stride now and heads down towards the 2800 with Wexford a narrow leader. On the outside, Voodoo Beat moving up into second placing, and Hildazan working across the pack as prominent. Just behind them, Sports Circuit fourth on the rail, followed by Lamellas and Lucky Striker out wide. Skygazer over on the inside in that bunch, and a length and a half behind them, then travelling deep. Exciting Ranch 3 wide around Berserk and Normanby Road. A length and a half Zdenka, who has 3 behind her, running down the straight the first time. And their Noble Ben Barra, Reindeer Rock, and True and Easy is last of the Duke of Norfolk field when they go past the postal lap of Flemington to run. And Wexford, the St Ledger winner, heads to the 2200. 2 lengths in front of Hildazan second. In third place, Sports Circuit on the inside, followed by Voodoo Beat. Lucky Striker out wide, heading to the riverside now. Skygazer with a nice run on the fence. Half a length then Lamellas, and a length and a half to Exciting Ranch, still travelling 3 wide. Normanby Road the rail. A neck away to Berserk. 2 lengths Zdenka outside there of when they head down towards the 2000 Noble Ben Barra. And back at the end of the field, Reindeer Rock on the outside. And last of all is True and Easy. Wexford is the leader. Lucky Striker had moved up into second placing at the 1800, closer to the rail, and a length and a half behind the leader. Hildazan is third on the outside of Sports Circuit. Voodoo Beaters next on the outside. Skygazer on the rail, 1.5 Lamellas and Normanby Road. 1 further back, Exciting Ranch and Berserk. Noble Ben Barra on the inside, a length away Zdenka, True and Easy, and Reindeer Rockers last of all with about 1500 to go. And the Duke of Norfolk field is led by Wexford, a little over a length. Lucky Striker second. Sports Circuit a length away third on the inside. Hildazan is fourth, 1 out and 1 back. A length behind it then Voodoo Beat outside. Skygazer, 2 lengths Exciting Ranch, 3 deep all the way. Lamellas in the centre, Normanby Road the rail, 1.5 Berserk, 1200 to go. 1 to Noble Ben Barra, a half a length Zdenka, 3 lengths back in the field at the head of the others, True and Easy and Reindeer Rockers last of all. 1,000 to go exactly. Wexford 3/4 to Lucky Striker, who's under pressure to be second. Hildazan hard ridden to go up third, and Sports Circuit they're sprinting for home a long way out. Voodoo Beat next from Skygaze at the rail. Exciting Ranch, and then a length Lamellas. Zdenka starting to work into the race, getting to the outside. Noble Ben Barra taking off with his run right around the outside. Then Reindeer Rock there bunching before the turn. Berserk, and then came True and Easy pulling out wide. Lamellas towards the end, and Normanby Road one of the last. Lucky Striker dropped out alarmingly. A clear last as they swing around the home turn now, and Voodoo Beat had moved up to tackle Wexford, and Noble Ben Barra's got there early. He's chimed in with his run on the outside. Just behind them, 2 lengths away Zdenka, and then True and Easy grinding home on the outside, but at the 250 metre mark now, and Noble Ben Barra raced over a length in front from Voodoo Beat. Zdenka the danger coming home. Noble Ben Barra the leader. Zdenka's 2 lengths astern and winding up under the whip from Oliver. Noble Ben Barra by a length, holding Zdenka in the last little bit. Noble Ben Barra's clear for Darren Gauchi. Noble Ben Barra beats Zdenka a length and a quarter. Voodoo Beat a half a length away third. A gap then to Berserk, followed by True and Easy, Exciting Ranch, Skygazer, Sports Circuit, Reindeer Rock, Lamellas, and then Wexford, Hildazan, Normanby Road, and Lucky Striker was a long last.
Number 8, the winner, Noble Ben Barra. Noble
Wider out on the track by Magic View.
11 cents out of the
win.
win.
My Pebbles with Hurricane Stormer outside, and they were followed then by Mr. Kildane and Shanganese as last of all. They're on the outer track, the longer run home ahead of them, and they're here. The leader now is Escudero, front running by a length and a half. Second placing Hero Wind, who's getting a lovely run. Third placing Magic View. Fourth the inside Parketry. Fifth then just off the speed My Modest as they go to the 900. Wingfoot was next, followed by Hurricane Storm. Then further back in the field My Advocator, followed by My Pebbles. Second last Shanganese, the outside of Mr. Kildane, the rail. At the 800 metre mark now, prior to straightening, Escudero runs along steadily by a length and a quarter. Second Hero Win, My Modest, the outside of Parketry, who dropped the bit. Around the outside of those then Hurricane Storm into the clear from Wingfoot, also getting a go on. My Advocator behind them, starting to wind up, and Shanganese deep. My Pebbles is a long way off them, and Mr. Kildane runs up behind them. Down to the 400, Escudero still the leader. Wingfoot, My Modest, Hurricane Storm are now putting in their claims. Hero Wind under the whip. Further out, My Pebbles are still 5 lengths off them, but the leader now, Escudero, with Wingfoot coming in. Now My Advocator. My Advocator at the 200 metre mark has raced up on the outside to take the front running. Wingfoot tries to go with him, and so does Escudero, but My Advocator racing well of late. My Advocator by about a half length on the line will hold off Wingfoot. Third placing Escudero. Fourth Mr. Kildane. Fifth Hurricane Storm. My Pebbles. Then further back My Modest, followed further astern by Parketry, and the straggling ones in included Hero Wind. He just doesn't get the mile, and
as they sort themselves out and going up towards the lead, I'm a Lumberjack. Banner Headline ease back as Magical Path goes around them. Then Carry the Star, Kingston Shores, Nassarit second last, and 3 lengths to Emerald Cut. They race up towards the first corner at the 1600 metres, and the Kiwi I'm a Lumberjack leads the way. About a length or so on Magical Path. Duendi on the inside of Waikika. Length and 3/4 then to Banner Headline on the inside of Carry the Star. 2 lengths to Kingston Shores, 1 to Nassarit, and 3 to Emerald Cut. 1300 to go down the back of the track, and the leader is I'm a Lumberjack, well named. It's by Touching Wood. It leads out nearly 2 lengths on Magical Path. Duendi travelling third, and Waikika without cover next. Followed over on the inside of it by Banner Headline, about a length to Carry the Star. The next couple are Nassarit parked inside of Kingston Shores, and 2 lengths to Emerald Cut. As they race onto the 1000 marker, and the pilot is I'm a Lumberjack. Bowls along for Craig Carmody by a length on Magical Path, and Duendi is next, followed closely by old Waikika. Midfield is Banner Headline, racing inside of Carry the Star, who's being tracked by Kingston Shores. Nassarit on the rails second last, and still a couple of lengths to Emerald Cut. Well, there's been no change for quite a way. As the Canterbury Stakes field runs down by the 650, the Canterbury Cup field, and the leader here is I'm a Lumberjack, about 3/4 of a length on Magical Path. Waikika deeper out, followed on the fence next by Duendi, then Banner Headline, followed by Carry the Star. Kingston Shores taking off now. He's on the extreme outside from Nassarit and Emerald Cut. Into the straight they go, and at the 350, I'm a Lumberjack. Craig Carmody pulls the whip, and Waikika joins it down the outside. Coming home pretty well, Carry the Star. Banner Headline can't get clear, and Kingston Shores plugs home. Duendi trying to find room. Waikika hits the front. Banner Headline can't get out. It's Waikika the leader. Carry the Star lunging. Waikika too good. Oh, he's found a new lease of life. Waikika from Carry the Star. Banner Headline or I'm a Lumberjack for third. From Emerald Cut running home pretty well. From Nassarit's Duendi. Kingston Shores died on his run, and Magical Path was last.
About to come in. Now Lost Classic coming up to the line now, and the field looks to be set. All set for the last. Off and racing now, and Jacoby began very quickly out of his stall, and Checkmore away fast. Lost Classic going out quickly as well with Valerina. They're the leading horses heading towards the flat side rail out on the grandstand side, and Charlie away very fast leads Rye Hero, another excuse, Ernesto, and Perfect Bound last of the 5 coming down the grandstand side when they reach inside the 800 metres. Over on the other side, and Checkmore had moved up and gone to the lead over Valerina with the rail. Nicely clear then of Lost Classic and Golden Tulip. Back behind those goes the Medic, and then Call Me Spike, and Jacoby had dropped out to be last of the horses down on the flat side, and he's racing erratically and fallen. Oh, something amiss with Jacoby. He's fallen there with about 500 to go. Roy Hero shot to the lead on the grandstand over Charlie, and another excuse. Over on the flat, a good battle. Valerina again in front. Golden Tulip getting up on the rail. Lost Classique and Call Me Spike is coming home powerfully on the flat side. Roy Hero a minute in front of the grandstand. Call Me Spike and Golden Tulip and Lost Classique fighting it out on the inside. Call Me Spike on the flat side. Roy Hero, Call Me Spike. The Medic diving at him. Call Me Spike. Call Me Spike won it from the Medic second. Golden Tulip third. Close up on the outside is Roy Hero, followed by Lost Classique, Valerina. Back behind those to finish in the race then was Checkmore. At the head of the others, Charlie and Perfect Bound. Another excuse. Ernesto weakened to finish last of all, and Jacoby has collapsed on the track at the 500 metres. The rider is okay. He's to his feet, Blad Durick.
Well, the newcomer, number 2, is pronounced immediately. It's Strine for immediately, so we're told. Quite a nice type too. They're off though, and immediately missed it by about a start. Didn't quite jump immediately. And Best Away was beyond the Barclay from going through Don't Imbibe, and on the inside Bellata. Now all followed close up on the outside by Red Nose into a nice spot, now to third, Bellata back to fourth, and then Gift Bouquet fifth the inside from immediately scooting around them with Optare. Further back in the field behind those then, as they start to sort themselves out, Brookside Lady, and last of all was Comanche Bill. The leader is beyond the Barclay onto the side as they go to the 900 from Don't Imbibe up second. Striding freely third on the outside of Gift Bouquet was Red Nose, the two fancied runners together. A length and a half Bellata, followed then by Optare inside immediately. Then further back behind those Brookside Lady, and a half the outside Comanche Bill. Don't Imbibe inching up a little closer to this leader beyond the Barclay, the rider trying to cuddle it. And as they come down to the 600 prior to the turn, it's still beyond the Barclay, about a neck in advance of Don't Imbibe. Red Nose now pumped up. Gift Bouquet might be travelling better. And then out wide was Bellata from Brookside Lady. Optare runs up behind those, immediately giving ground, and then Comanche Bill. Don't Imbibe sailed to the lead though in the straight now, but down the outside Gift Bouquet comes at it, and now further back behind those came Bellata, and then Brookside Lady giving them all a start but running on. But the leader is Don't Imbibe. It's a length and a half in front, and it's holding Gift Bouquet, and Don't Imbibe will be untroubled to win the last by about that margin, a length and a half, maybe only a length and a quarter. Gift Bouquet, Bellata, Brookside Lady, Optare and Red Nose together. Then beyond the Barclay, Comanche Bill immediately was last.